Hello, and now it's the second day of the week, and we're in 1 John 4:9. See if you can translate this. Here's my translation. In this, the love of God was manifested among us, or in this appeared the love of God among us. In that, God has sent, perfect tense, his only begotten Son into the world, in order that we might live through him. So God is love. How has God manifested his love toward us? He has manifested his love toward us in sending his only begotten Son into the world with the purpose of our living. And of course, helping someone live is a loving thing, right? Keeping people alive. And of course, the life here, I think, is eternal life, as the Gospel of John will especially emphasize. And so this is the primary way in which God has demonstrated his love toward us in sending his Son, Jesus, to give us life. Okay, well, let's break down the translation in a little more slow motion. So in this, demonstrative pronoun, was manifested the love of God. Now, the love is the subject because this is nominative, right? So in this, love was manifested. Love of God, genitive of God, was manifested. And the word to manifest can, when it's passive, can simply mean appear. Was manifested, appear, same basic sense. And so how has this happened? And then the rest of the verse goes on to tell us how the love of God was manifested. We'll parse this in a moment. Now this seems a little awkward construction, but when you say in this was manifested the love of God, what is the this? The this is that God has sent his only Son. By the way, I prefer has sent to send. Et voila, it's finished. Et voila. So the subject again, why he's gone to this kind of mode of reverse order in Greek, maybe it's a Hebraism, but that God has sent the only begotten Son of him. This is called an attributive construction. There are two different ways to do it. This is a variation on the article noun, article adjective version of attributive. So basically, even though it's the Son of him, the only begotten, we put that in our Greek computer, and it comes out his only begotten Son, which of course is very Johannine, right? Johannine theology. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Okay, so we'll parse this on the next page. So that leaves us with the final part of the verse today. God has sent his only begotten Son into the world in order that we might live through him. We'll parse this in a moment too. Okay, so let's go on to the grammar. So I already mentioned this is a demonstrative pronoun. Can you parse ephanerothe? Theta eta is saying, oh, I see the mountain of theta eta ahead of me. It's an aorist passive, and it's an aorist passive indicative. It has an augment, which confirms that it's indicative. So aorist passive indicative, this is third person singular with no real ending on the end. It's kind of the hanging out there ending, which is third singular. So from phanerao. So there you have it. Aorist passive because of the theta eta. Indicative because of the theta eta. Third singular because of the eta. The epsilon confirms that it's aorist and that it's indicative from phanerao. Okay, manifest. So, again, I think this is a noun clause because I mean, because doesn't work as well, I don't think. In this, the love of God was manifested among us because I don't think it's because the reason why. I think it is the manifestation of that. How in this? What is the this? The this is that God has sent his only begotten Son into the world. Okay, so this is attributive, I mentioned. How do we parse this thing here? Well, the nu with an epsilon in front of it is very often a movable nu. Throw it away. The epsilon is a very common third person singular active past tense ending. Now, technically, this isn't actually a past tense. The kappa epsilon is what? It's perfect. This is perfect active. So this is a perfect active indicative, third singular from apostello. Now it looks like it has an augment there, but that's not an augment. That's the strange, irregular reduplication of the sigma. Don't ask why, just memorize or die. God has sent, and he's still sent. He sent his son to the world, and it's echoing, sent, even to this day. Okay. Hina introduces normally either a purpose or result clause, and we translate it in order that we might live through him. So I'm going with purpose clause. Now, another thing about Hina is that when I see a Hina, I know subjunctive is coming. Subjunctive is coming. So this I would expect to be subjunctive, and it is. Now, this is not a mu with an epsilon. This is not a nu with an epsilon in front of it like this. This is men, which is a first person plural, we ending. We might live, in order that we might live. Now, the fact that, so this is first person plural and active. Now, the fried connecting vowel, the long connecting vowel before the ending, there's no crash or anything. This is subjunctive. So it is first person plural, active subjunctive. Now, the sigma. In the indicative, a sigma means future. But in the subjunctive, a sigma means aorist. So, as it turns out, this is an aorist active subjunctive, first plural from zao. And there you have the grammar of this verse. So can you pronounce it? Go ahead and try to pronounce it. Here's my pronunciation. En tuto ephanerothe he agape tu theu en humin hoti ton huion autu ton monogene epestalken ho theos eis ton cosmon hina zosomen diautu. Okay, so now let me try to read it at normal speed. En tuto ephanerothe he agape tu theu en humin hoti ton huion autu ton monogene apestalken ho theos eis ton cosmon hina zosomen diautu. Well, I tried. This has been 1 John 4:9, our second Greek verse of the week.